Nebraska did something wild. No, I know we're going bowling. And we broke this streak where we had like God knows how many games where we tried to win a sixth game and didn't. We broke a streak against losing to Wisconsin. So, you know, the most amazing thing that happened, I think, in this game was Nebraska scored 24 points in the first half, and then they went on to score more points in the second half. And I know the quality of this video is probably shit. Who cares? I think this is what you want to expect out of a normal Nebraska team. They scored over 40 points on offense. The defense gave up maybe a little bit more than they usually do. 20-some points. But it's a good victory. The offense scored on every possession in the second half except for the last, where they did the kneel down. And you could kind of feel it in the crowd and in the air in the second half where people were really like, can we really do this? Are we going to not blow it? Are we going to actually keep this score? And with about 8 minutes when Wisconsin scored on that bomb, kind of got really quiet. Just like everybody. What?
Your son just proposed.
Did he?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, video.
She said yes.
Okay, my son just proposed. He wanted to put it up on the big screen, but apparently Nebraska by policy doesn't use it. What a hell of a time, huh? She said yes. Wow. Okay. We scored on every possession in the second half. You know what I think the biggest thing about this game was? The offense played with a purpose. You could see it. You see it. It was like they felt comfortable running the plays that were being called. There was a lot more motion. There were a lot more holes for the backs to run to, and the backs actually ran through the holes. And I think the biggest key about this game is what we've been saying for quite a few games, that Dylan Raiola was regressing. And that Dylan Raiola, oh my, the rumors, he would be here next year. And everything was terrible because we were losing. And now I hope everything feels pretty good because we won. Yeah, my arm's getting tired. But I think the thing is with Dylan Raiola is you saw a guy who earlier in the past few games wasn't comfortable making throws. And in this game, he made throws. He didn't just check down all the fucking time. He hit people down the field. I mean, we didn't have a long bomb pass play that I remember, but he hit people, receivers down the field. He threw into a couple tight windows, and that was marvelous to see because it was like you could see how much talent that kid has. And again, he's a true freshman. And I think you could see the talent that some of the offensive players had. We'd heard about, they can't get open, they can't do this, that. They did all that in this game. And, I mean, I realize it's just one game, but it's a huge game. They went into victory formation at the end of the game. I was like, what the hell are they doing? Is this legal? Can they even do that? And I don't know. When was the last time you remember us actually being in victory formation? 1973 or something? I came down to Lincoln. Last week, we lost to USC and it was heartbreaking. And I texted my son and I said, do you still want to go to this game? And he said, we could go down there and watch him break this damn bull streak thing, or we could stay here and be sad. And I thought, well, that's a pretty good attitude. We came down here to see a victory. Dylan Raiola said we'd win, and we won. Thank God for that, kid. Thank God for us. Feels really good to be a Husker right now. I don't know what the stats are. I was at the game. It was an absolutely beautiful day. Tailgating. I mean, come on, Nebraska, when we win, it's one of the most beautiful experiences ever. And this is the second game I've been to this season. And as a fan, I have Andy in the press box, and Andy's doing all the work on Twitter and doing all the work doing the articles. And I finally, for years after years, have had the chance to come and actually be with, some of my family. The guy that walked up was my nephew Landon, who attends Texas Tech for some ungodly reason. It's his first game. It was my son's fiance first game. Their daughter's first game. What a beautiful day. What a time to feel good about being a Husker fan. You know, and you add that in with, you look at this weekend. We had 2 games against Creighton last night. You know, the women lost, the men won. They stuffed that Kalkbrenner kid down to 4 points. And they only got those from the free throw line. That's pretty amazing. So we won this at 2 out of 3. We got 1 more to go, beating the Wisconsin volleyball game. Tried to get tickets to that. My God, talk about an impossible project. But what else can I say about this game? I think that I don't know if I can say much more. Really, the offense. It was the offense. They misdirection, a lot of motion. A lot of that stuff was, you know, confusing the Wisconsin defense about where we were going with the ball. The execution was there. My God, there was some perimeter blocking. How about that? There was people blocking on the perimeter. You know, there were some missed blocks here and there, but overall, I mean, the offense looks like 38,000 light years away from what it was just a week ago. 44 points. You know, I think the defense did their job. They gave up, 25 points. Was it a little bit more than you want? Ideally, I would hope that Nebraska would be able to keep a team like Wisconsin to 17 points or 14 points. But who's bitching, you know? I'm not sure if I got anything else left to say. I'm going to have to go find my family wherever the hell they are and somehow get out of here. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to hear your comments. I mean, you can hear this in the background, right? After all the tension in this stadium, what you really hear is joy. And that's kind of the coolest thing ever. I got to get to more games here. Anything else I could say about this game? You know, the special teams looked fairly special. Brian Buschini didn't have to do a lot of work as a punter. Anthony or Dowdell looked like, he looked like a guy that knew where he was running when he was running. And the same with Emma Johnson. And I guess the other thing I'd point out is this. They went on, what was it, in the third quarter or fourth quarter, where they had that one drive where they just ran the ball. And for all the stuff about if any was worried about, oh my God, we're going to do the air raid, not ever be a physical running team, I think they were fairly physical. And I think they did a damn good job running the ball. I don't know what the stats are. I don't know what the average rush is. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go yell at people. I'm going to go be happy. I got to watch this game with 86,000 of my closest friends. That was great. God bless you all. Go Big Red.